I wasn't taken by 2013's Tomb Raider reboot into a gritty / whiny teen drama in which I mowed down bystanders like a combine harvester at a village fete, not least because they rebooted it so hard it caught a touch of the amnesia. Tombs? What are those then? No fucking idea, but how about some QTEs to make up for it? So it was with some excitement that I saw 2010's Lara Croft and the Guardian of Light was getting a follow-up, because Guardian of Light distilled my favourite bits of the Tomb Raider concept which Tomb Raider 2K13 traded in for more cutscenes. Puzzles! Temple of Osiris is a bite-sized, up-to-4-player co-op puzzle platformer featuring Lara Croft, 2 blokes, and a woman who sounds like Boris Johnson on Valium.
We owe you our thanks, travelers. You have freed us from our prison, but you are now marked for judgment. You do not have much time. Duat, the realm of the dead, awaits.
I'm saying the acting isn't up to par, but as the story is secondary, hell, tertiary, to puzzles. Did I mention there were puzzles? I'll relegate my criticism to this paragraph of snide remarks. Toddling about a mythical enclave in Egypt, you need to reassemble the god Osiris, who is smashed to bits by an angry Labrador called Set, who is also his brother. Egyptologists, I apologise. Each of these pieces is squirreled away in the depths of a puzzle dungeon, and thus the fun begins. As Lara, you're equipped with guns, a staff, bombs, and a grappling hook. You can also roll faster than Usain Bolt can drive. This is your toolbox for navigating each challenge. The staff activates glowy blue objects, bombs can put things on amusing trajectories, and the grappling hook is for, well, in 2-player, it really comes together, the partner taking the staff and a funky shield from Lara's greedy mitts. In this context, it's a bona fide collaborative effort to get through puzzles, the shield bubble providing a leg up, the grapple acting as a tightrope in defiance of physics, and half the fun comes from treating your friend's life just a little too lightly. There's no sense in which it had to be a 4-player experience though, where Guardian of Light had carefully crafted variants for both single and 2-person play. In Temple of Osiris, bringing along more friends just means a bit more to do. More shiny bubbles to burst, more mirrors to turn. Apart from, presumably, reveling in the presence of your close friends, you don't gain much beyond an artificially extended session. The puzzles themselves are nice, functional, adequate. I had fun the first time an able assistant and I rolled a timed explosive round and round an enclosure, exploding ourselves until we realised our bombs could launch it over the rim. We had a laugh rappelling between poison vents, accidentally stripping the flesh from each other's bones. But this is the extent of the mechanics, which isn't really in the spirit of the bite-sized £15 puzzle genre. These games are ideally suited to weird ideas which ramp up in complexity until the final levels test the limits of human memory. Portal is the benchmark. They're short and sharp, exploration of a concept which doesn't outstay its welcome. Temple of Osiris has good foundation mechanics, but they never amount to anything. The final tomb is similar in cognitive difficulty to the first, only with a paint job, more jets of fire and rampaging mummies to test your dexterity. If you're after a score attack challenge, that's fine. You are the player who will get the most from Osiris' score multiplier and optional tasks, although sluggish loading and paralysis by ambient masonry will irk. But as a puzzle game, the later temples lack the layers which I associate even with Tomb Raider 1's waterfall puzzle. Challenge tombs are more like adequacy tombs. Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris feels caught between genres, unable to reconcile one with the other. As an isometric, platformy, score-based shooter, it's alright, but it lacks the flair of something like Bastion. Boss fights in particular are weak and repetitive, reliant on the mechanic du jour. As a puzzle game, it opens strongly and then stagnates, all of its difficulty coming from the gunning. But if you do pick up a copy on the cheap, go ahead and recommend it to a friend. It is fun to watch them die. Oh, I'm sorry I missed just about every Christmas release. I know, I have had a lot of work-related stuff to handle which is taking up just as many evenings as YouTube, but the extra time it frees up will be worth it in the long run. A big thank you to everyone who still somehow tunes in regularly and shows their support in the comments. I can promise you another video before Christmas and a hearty calendar for the new year. Enjoy!